In this video, we will be going over the installation steps of an Ultimate 5 and 3042 series. All Eiklor Flames gas log systems must be installed by a licensed plumber, licensed gas fitter, or in some localities a qualified service technician in accordance with all local, state and federal codes.
Hello, and welcome to part 2. We're going live to the Eiklor Flames Proving Grounds, where we create, test, and prove new ideas. We're 3 hours outside of Phoenix, Arizona. We will be installing a 24-inch UL 5-burner LP safety pilot, also a 304 2-burner LP safety pilot. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and we will get there within an hour. Okay, we're almost there. Hang in there and we will show you how we put in the ultimate log system. Okay, we're about 15 minutes away. We also want to mention about the disclaimer. Once we film this install, we don't recommend it that homeowners do all this installing without the proper knowledge. Again, we just don't want nobody to burn themselves. This is how we do it, and we're glad to show you how we do it. But we do not take responsibility in anybody getting burned. Please. Again, thanks again, and we should be there in about 5 minutes. We're almost to the test site. Okay, we made it. We're here at the guard shack. Around we go. And up we go to the test site. Okay, we're ready for the installation of the UL 24 5-burner. What you see are the logs on the right, 24-inch logs. You'll see the gravel, 2 bags. You'll see the vermiculite and also the embers, as Stevie's pointing to them. Also, the gas line that comes with the system has already been tied in. Let's see if we can't get in. Okay, we're going to show you the burners. There's burner number 1, burner number 2, of course burner number 3 on the bottom, number 4, and number 5. Okay, now we're going to show how to light the pilot. You'll see how you push in your black knob, reach your lighter gun right on through. Of course, you are holding in the button at the same time. Count to 30, and you will see that the pilot is lit. And again, you can light your pilot through the little valley we have made. You can show them with the lighter gun right through there, right in there. That's where you're going to light your pilot system.
You should not have to touch any of the logs once they're in.
Right, this is a system that can be lit with the log set in, and we'll show you later. Okay, now we're going to show you on a conversion kit. If this was propane that we're burning now, we go back to natural gas, you would remove the T. You can see the T back there. That T has to come out and the coupling goes in its place. Of course, you'd put the coupling on and you would take that brass elbow at the end with the orifice in it and of course change the orifice to the natural gas orifice. And again, it goes all back together and your fittings are tight. And now for your pilot adjustment, we have a little screw on the valve. You'll take off the cover screw. Remember, that is a cover screw. Unscrew the cover screw, and inside is a smaller screw. You would use a little screwdriver to go inside the cavity. Turning it in kills it, backing it out enlarges the pilot. Okay, the last 2 items is the lower ember bed igniter. This is the little bar on the right hand side that stays lit constantly so it can light the bottom burner. And also, if your burner is too bright, you could readjust it with the screw that is on the outside of the lower pan on the left. Backing it out will richen it brighter. Screwing it in, of course, will dim it. Okay, we're going to show you now the on and off position of the valve. As you can see, the valve is in the off position. As you turn it to high, you will test to make sure that your flames are coming out of all 5 burners. Of course, you can see the front burner. Back burner is really nice. Both side winders are lit up nice, and as well as the ember bed. Now once you've seen that all 5 burners are lit, you can shut her down. And now comes the logs, embers, and vermiculite. Okay, now the vermiculite. We start with the lower burner first. You will fill the bottom with all the vermiculite supplied. You might have some extra. But again, you will just be filling the lower pan and submerging the pipe and keeping the level of the vermiculite from left to right even. You see how nice and easy that was. There you go. Okay, we're back with the embers now. You open the bag up and then you will start breaking up the embers and getting ready to break them into little pieces. See if I can't get in here. Okay. Again, you can see how we get them nice tiny little pieces. You will break up those embers, maybe like a potato chip. You got it, and you will start to lay them on the left side of the ember bed, just enough to cover the vermiculite. You don't want the big blobs.
Yeah, just one layer of embers all the way across, one layer.
Good, good, that looks nice. Okay, now you can see how he's starting to fill up the layer of embers which covers the vermiculite. Again, just tiny little pieces, and just lay them on top. Okay, as you can see, the vermiculite is completely covered, and again, you cannot see the vermiculite through the embers. That's all you want. You don't want too big of blobs. And next now we will use the gravel. You will get 2 bags of gravel. And again, that's just there for cosmetic. It just goes right in front of the ember bed. Again, you can just walk it right up to it. This way you don't see the edges of the pan. Again, you can hide your controls and pilot valve as well. Okay, you can see the gravel is down completely around the front, around the back, and the sides. You can see how he disguised the valve. Again, you can paint your fittings before you light the pilot. This way you don't see any unwanting colors. The silver of the gas line. Okay, now comes for the rear log. And again, we put the bark out. That would just go right behind it. Okay, remember, the vermiculite goes on the bottom only. As you can see, the front burner has nothing on it. The second burner doesn't have anything, or the side winders. Okay, now the front log. We're going to put the bark out. It can go either way, does not matter. Either log can go on the front or rear. We again use the longest log for the front. And it has to be slid all the way to the back. You can see how you take your right and left hand, and you can hold the log and obviously pull the log forward. We don't want it to come forward. You'll see how, yeah, that's not good. You want it all the way to the back. This was a space between the spokes and the front log. There should be at least 1.5 inches of space. There you go. You got to have that space there. And of course now your twigs go on, and that is endless. It does not matter which way they go. Again, we like to crisscross our logs. As you can see, each twiggy can be flipped around in either direction. It does not matter. perfect. Okay, now the emberizing of the back burner. You will take chunks of embers, does not matter what size, just keep them within 1 or 1.5 inches wide. Drop them down the middle, just behind the front log. They will lay up on the burner tray of burner number 2 back there. Then you will have your sidewinders, which is burner 3 and 4, and you just simply ladle embers on top. Again, that's there to just disguise the gas pipe. Again, it just takes a couple of chunks of embers. And now we will start the front emberizing. You will take filler embers and exactly between the spokes, fill the cavity just below the base of the front log.
There is a slot for the front burner. We do not want to pack them in the slot.
You can lay them over the slot, good point, but you do not want to jam them down inside there. Again, you can just jam the regular embers underneath that log to keep a good seal. This way the flame does not come out and go underneath the gas log. It's okay if they hang over the edge of the grate. That looks nice when it's sparkling also.
Now I'm just putting one layer, a thin layer again, almost like the bottom burner, over that slot.
This is very crucial to front flame operation. And this can be changed once we start the fire up. You can move things around with a screwdriver.
Plus we don't want to see that flat part of the log also. We kind of want to make that transition with the embers.
Okay, you can see now how the front embers should be applied to the base of the front log. Of course, you got your sidewinder embers. You can almost see how it doesn't, again, if you want to stack your twigs, you can put them right over the sidewinders. You can't hurt the system. Okay, now we'll be ready for a test fire. Okay, one more note. The air shutter, which is on the back of the unit, you'll see the air horn. That must remain clear. Again, just make sure that that air tube is open. Okay, we're back for the final tweak. You can move around your embers on the front at the base of the front log. That will change your flame pattern. Again, use a screwdriver because it is hot.
Now, if you do want more front flame, remove them.
See, we have a little windy out, but this is outside right now. We'll be back for a night shot. Okay, we're back. Final tweaking is taking place. You can almost see how we've actually got these embers, if I can get in here. You can see how close these embers are to the grate, even hanging off the grate.
That's a good picture.
See how the logs are crisscrossed. Sidewinders are burning beautifully. You can see the embers on the sides. You have your middle burn. Stay tuned, we will be doing the 2-burner 304 24-inch propane in the 2-burner model. That will be coming up next. Okay, we're back, and now for the 2-burner 24-inch LP installation. We'll show you how to light the pilot. Again, same pilot valve. You'll push in on the black knob, and again light your pilot. Let's see if I can't get in here. Holding the button down for 30 seconds. And you can also do a test light just to make sure that front and rear burner have ignited. Okay, on to step 2. We will put the embers in place and then set the logs. Okay, now come the embers. Again, no particular size, just break them up, lay them on their front and rear trays.
Especially in the middle, because when there's 2 pieces of logs are in, the front logs, you'll be able to see metal. So make sure it's all embers in there.
And you can use embers to disguise from seeing the metal components.
The front ones need to be lightly put in, kind of like the 5-burner front burner.
And again, just laying them right in front of the burner tubes, submerging the burner with the embers is all you really need. Okay, we're back with the final ember process. Again, you just deliberately breaking them up and putting them inside the pan itself. Both front and rear burners are covered. You can see your pilot operation. Now the back log, again, we choose the solid log. And the broken chunk of the little side goes on the left, and of course the right side. And you can put embers in between the crack later, but we want to try and keep a 2-inch gap in between the 2 logs so it looks like it's burnt. Yes, in between the front and rear log you want also 2 to 3 inches. Now you can lay your left twig down. We start with the biggest twig first. Second size twig goes down, and you've got your gapper. Again, these twigs can go any direction. Again, this is more just to get good height and an even, uniform log stack. And you'll see how he's going to put the embers inside the cavity. Let's get a zoom on that. This makes it look like the log is burning from within.
You'll get some beautiful glowing back here. Like it's just broken half and it's glowing and looks absolutely beautiful.
Okay, you can see the embers are inserted in between the crack of the front log. That would give it an awesome glow. Now your black gravel, again, goes around the front and sides, also protecting the pilot housing. And again, around the front edge of the ember bed to simulate the phony ashes. And you'll just push the gravel right up against the embers.
We still don't want to cover all the front embers because we do have a nice front ember display. We're real close up to the edge.
Okay, now with the log stack, the flames are on, your embers are in front with your gravel. Again, your pilot adjustment screw, same as a 5-burner. Again, now you can see how our log stacks, crisscrossing your twigs. You got the flame up the center crack, excellent flameage up there. That looks sweet. This is your 2-burner propane. Okay, we're back. Final tweaking of the embers has been done. Again, remember your front log is crucial. Placing that down in front of the rear burner, and the back log has to go behind the rear burner. That's how you have your flame coming up between your twigs. That's how you achieve this. And now we'll be back with some final thoughts. Okay, that's it. That's the 2-burner install. It's a cheaper burner, but it's still stainless and no sand. Again, after you leave the customer's house, or if the customer is doing the job, this is what basically it should look like. Okay, we're back. The final picture, we want to thank you all for your patience in this installation video of how we at Eiklor Flames install our products. Again, as you can see, these log systems can be put in virtually anywhere. And hopefully we will be back for part 3 on maybe a new location. And again, as for our new ideas, we come up with our creativity from on top of a mountain. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.